We have heard terms like war room and B-Fed, and we're told agencies like the Secret Service and FBI would be shoulder to shoulder with city police to help them stem this tide. But the feds are more than just muscle here. Some agencies are lending brains to the fight as well. ABC2 was the first to show you inside the Baltimore Police War Room, where city police, federal agents, and prosecutors belly up to one table to share intel, target arrests, and build cases against the worst of the worst. The plan is devised here and carried out here. One of the federal agencies signed up for the detail is ATF. Their agents working side by side with city police these past few weeks to stem the violent tide.
There's been arrests already made, and there's been guns taken off the street, and for us that's the main goal, is getting the guns off the street, finding out where the guns are coming from and getting these trigger pullers off the street.
We're only as strong as our relationships with our federal law enforcement partners.
And as the interim police commissioner detailed in a rather large news conference earlier this month, those federal resources can help clear up a confusing violent crime picture rather quickly.
So that gun we recover on the east side is connected to the shell casings recovered on the west side, and now we have federal partners, particularly from ATF, who can help us put the pieces to that puzzle together.
And so this is the one you just put in?
This is the one I just put in.
And that's the one that's on file?
Right.
The puzzle often comes together here at the ATF laboratory in Beltsville. Here is where the ATF anchors its National Integrated Ballistic Information Network, or NIBIN, an expansive library of spent shell casings and bullets. Markings on either are like fingerprints for a gun, and more than 150 labs across the U.S., including here in Baltimore, are constantly entering evidence and data into that library.
This matches with the firing pin, is pretty obvious, but most of the time we get like striations.
You can match them up.
Yeah, we can match these up like this.
Aaron Hine is one of the technicians logging and analyzing evidence looking for a match. It's called a lead or a hit when the unique characteristics on the casings match up, and ATF may be able to link that gun to other casings gathered in other crimes.
Fire in the hole.
Or match the casing to a recovered gun that has been processed and test-fired here at the laboratory.
It will provide leads of previously unknown shootings to the investigators, who can then follow up on those leads.
Walter Dandridge is the firearms examiner at the ATF lab. Data collection from all across the country is what makes this system so valuable, and Baltimore does its part. Since April through June of this year, Baltimore police picked up 622 casings off city streets and logged them into the system, resulting in 43 hits or leads for its detectives. Investigations now aided directly by ATF agents since the city's war room was launched.
We can track firearms trends with the cartridge cases and cross-reference those hits that we get from those recovered cartridge cases to the crime stats map.
Valuable information in determining where the bullets are fired and from which guns. An important piece to the puzzle that can help illustrate the picture of what and who is driving Baltimore's violent summer. Now, for comparison, in the same time frame this April through June, Washington, D.C. entered 687 shell casings into the database and only retrieved 13 hits. ATF says with the nationwide increase in gun violence and violent crime, there has been a recent push in the agency to process this evidence and inquiries within 48 hours.
All right, thanks, Brian.